At one point, Reuters has a Ugandan journalist who writes most of the stories. And Reuters, of course, you can't be openly biased in favor of Museveni. So their stories always sound like, okay. They're sort of hitting him, exposing what's going on. But in every one of his, and his name is Rodney, I forget his last name. In every one of his stories, he would always have a reference to Museveni remains popular in the urban areas. And our cities are really packed with population. And so people say, why is that important? That's important to make it plausible that he might win elections, you see? So in every article he writes about Museveni, he always has that sentence. And as somebody who critiques, Western media, after a while, you develop the eye to pick up things quickly. And how did I know that he would copy and paste it verbatim? Because he did it in 3 articles and forgot to correct a spelling of one word. So the same word was misspelled in 3 different articles spread over more than a year period, right? So I tweeted about that, and I pointed that out, and I copied it to his editor. His editor is based in South Africa, a guy I met also many years ago. I said, this is not a random sentence. This is regime propaganda to rationalize election theft. They've done it in the past, and they're going to do it again in the future. So now I notice this article says by Reuters. It doesn't have Rodney's name. It's okay. Maybe now either Rodney is trying to hide himself or they're trying to hide him in the background. So I read this article very carefully. Okay. And first of all, the headline, pop star, right?
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
He's just a pop star anyway, right? Number one. And normally most people would not catch that, right? Yeah. And then now, instead of saying Museveni is popular in urban areas, so I noticed they removed that now. It doesn't appear in this article. But now they say Bobby Wine is popular in the ghettos where he grew up.
He's a ghetto king.
So now they say his support is confined to the ghettos. So if he ended up losing to Museveni, don't be shocked, right? So they flip the propaganda in a very clever way. And obviously, you can only pick this out by somebody who has followed them very carefully and consistency. And of course, I'm going to write to them about this and tweet about it later on. So thank you for focusing on this article. And then one final point. They say Muhoozi, the dictator's son, who Uganda is considering him the vice dictator, said he tweeted a few months ago and boasted of having an opposition leader in his basement. And he even threatened to harm him. No! Shame on you, Reuters. Shame on you.
It actually happened.
Tweeted boasting that I've tortured him and posted a photo of him bloodied and being tortured. So Reuters, how dare you? You should be very much ashamed. And if you're not watching this video, I'm going to make sure that I send you the link to Adesoji's program after this show. That's outrageous. Think about that. Reuters stories, previous stories, carried articles about Muhoozi boasting that he tortured this guy. Yeah. And in this particular article, it says he even threatened that he might harm him. So even though Rodney's name is not in this article, Rodney may not have written it, Rodney played a role, I believe at least, in the construction of this article. And I wasn't even aware of it until you brought this article up. So thank you for that, comrade.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.